I hope your week's off to a really great start. I know mine is. And I wanted to share a couple things with you this morning, briefly. Kind of a good way to get your week off on the right foot. There's that old saying, I put it in the event trailer, you can't see the forest because of the trees. And most of the time, we kind of look at that as a negative. It means we're stumped, we're stuck. Well, very often that becomes a gateway, it becomes a path for us to find our way to what we're really looking for. Now, what I'm about to talk to you about may seem like a very odd motivator, but if it's done positively, just like anything, I think it can be a great motivator. What am I talking about? I'm talking about money. A lot of us have a hang up about money. Truth be told, we think it's dirty. Well, I do what I do because I have a passion to do it. Or it's my mission, or my ministry, or it's my gift to the world. It's really, really great. And I embrace your sentiment. But I'm going to tell you a story. A colleague of mine who passed away about 4 or 5 years ago shared with me one time about his perspective on money. He was a high school football coach at one time and had worked with a number of young men who not only went on to play college and professional football, but also went on to be very successful in their chosen field and career. And when they'd come back to town, they would always look the old coach up and take him and his wife to dinner. And he told me one time that he was sitting with one of his students he had coached 10, 12 years earlier, had gone on to be really successful in his chosen field. And not only that, but my friend was a godfather to his son. So as they were sitting and having dinner, the guy looked across the table, said to my friend, Coach, I had a really great business opportunity. As a matter of fact, it's a slam dunk, almost guaranteed. I need $10,000. Yeah, my friend said he looked at the floor, looked at the table a minute and said, well, he said, I'm going to tell you something. I don't have $10,000. He said, I know, Coach. He said, but here's what I'll do for you. I'll put the 10 grand up. And when we cash out in a year or so, I'll just take the initial investment off of your profit, okay? My friend said he kind of squirmed in his chair a little bit. He looked across the table and said, son, he said, it's enough for me to be your son's godfather. I don't need all that money. To which the young man shot back at him, why can't you have both? And you see, very often we end up getting tired and we end up getting frustrated. And many of us often just simply give up because we can't pay the bills. It's because we can't see the forest because of the trees. Money is not a bad thing when it's used properly and it's used in balance. It fortifies us, it sustains us, and it helps us do the things we want to do. But very often we get caught in the trap. We get caught in the trap that, well, if you have money, you're all these negative things. You're not. Now, I realize that may not settle real well with some of you. And I'm sorry if it doesn't. But very often we get so caught up in what's going on around us that when we have a lack of resource, we automatically blame ourselves. So my message to you this week is, look in that forest you're standing in and see where you can generate more resource, not only for yourself, but for the good of the planet. Because by generating that resource, by earning that money, you'll be able to continue your passion, continue your mission, or continue your ministry. So I'm John Jerkowitz. This has been a small motivation 5 minutes or so, and I hope you have a really great week.